What's up, everyone? Today is Saturday, August 8th. It is the weekend. The market is closed, but we're going to go ahead and do some analysis to get ready for next week. And we're going to start off with stocks. I'm going to be looking at the NASDAQ and see what that might do. So I already have some stuff marked out over here. To break it down, so I have an intraday support and an intraday resistance zone. So the way I marked this out was I pulled out the Fibonacci, which is a universal measurement. Right, the market is really psychological. It's human behavior, right? So it can't be that hard to, I want to say, predict, because pretty much everyone predicts the market. So what we're going to be looking here is for a correction, because we did see that price has been bullish, right? For the most part, we don't have really any major downswings, but I'm looking for price to hit below the 0.5 level, right? Below the half. Absorb some buy orders within this order block that I marked out right here, this little rectangle. It could either go past here, absorb some, or even below this intraday swing, a little below, right, even to the 0.75 level, absorb some orders and then push upwards. But that's what we're looking for, a correction, gather up some liquidity, and then push back upwards. So we checked fundamentals. This is on Monday. Nothing crazy going on as far as the US dollar. Tuesday, we got the Australian dollar, some major news, but as far as the US dollar, nothing crazy, right? Australian could correlate a little bit, but I don't think it'll do much of anything. Probably another pairs or whatever, but we're looking at the NASDAQ right now, so we should be fine. So overall, fundamentals are neutral. Price is bullish, but we're looking for a correction in order to push back upwards. So, for example, we're looking for price to go something like this, right? Past this level, and then maybe even past here, right? So this is our accumulation, and then we push back upwards. So, yeah, that's the best way I could interpret this. But that's NASDAQ for you. And now let's go to USD JPY, which I mainly focus on. So Wednesday of this week, I called out an order block which I predicted price would hit it, right? Absorb some buy orders and then push back upwards, which is exactly what it did. So price, was over here, came down where I called it, and then just came up right here at this level. So, not bad for the first week of posting, but now we're looking to see what the continuation will be. So, it absorbed a lot of buy orders here, so I honestly don't think price would keep going back down. So let's put our Fibonacci, and let's see what we got going on. So we do have a little bit of resistance over here at this level, right, in this price point. A little bit of resistance, but honestly, I think we could push upwards. So we already absorbed all those buy orders, right? Market will open, and either price might, come back down to this level, retest it, but I honestly think it'll just push upwards. We may get past this resistance zone, right? So we might see a little pushback. So we might go here, come down at the 0.25 level, and then push all the way up here, and then here is where we'll see the resistance. So I want to say that, price will probably come back down a little, because Fridays are usually bearish, right? When market opens on Monday, price will be at the 0.5 level, and then it'll pretty much do this, right? If we do get past this zone, we might see a little resistance, like I said, just a bit, but then we should reach this intraday swing that I marked out right here previously, which, it might be a smooth one, because like I said, fundamentals are neutral. Monday and Tuesday, not much of anything going on as far as the US dollar, which also correlates with stocks, in case you weren't really familiar with it. Not so much, but it does correlate. There's a small aspect that it affects each other, but that's pretty much all I have. So USD, we're looking for an upwards push, a continuation upwards, and the NASDAQ, with all the tech stocks, we are looking for a correction to then push back upwards past this resistance level, and from there we'll see where market takes us. So I'll keep these marked I'll post back Monday, and we'll see how this analysis played out. All right. Take care. Have a good weekend. Thanks for watching.